Hello, my dear Leo, and welcome to your February 2021 reading. We're going to go through this entire reading. This will be a full reading for you, but just keep in mind that this is a general reading. If it does not resonate with you or there's things that you don't pick up, just take what resonates, leave the rest, and check your sun, moon, and rising signs for more clarity. So let's dive into the sequence that we'll be going through. This is the past. We have your mindset here, spirit messages from the spirit realm, forward action into the future, your center card here, and then the Lenormand here is read just like a sentence. So first and foremost, we're going through in bulk right now, which is February 1st. It is the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So we're in this sort of burrowing stage from winter time where we're feeling the need to hibernate, but we're also in this beginning phase of spring as well. So some of us are feeling a little bit torn, do I gather ideas or do I take action? So don't be alarmed if you start feeling those types of feelings, feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit like not sure which way to turn. Now what we'll do is just clear the energy space. This is your time to grab your tea or get comfortable, to put on music in the background if that's what you like, to burn your own Palo Santo if you have it with you, or sage, or whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. Bringing your crystals or stones, just taking some breaths here, clearing that energy space, and we'll go ahead and get started. So let's begin with the center for you, Leo. We have Shadow Treasures. I really love this card. It's exactly the in bulk feeling, right? This midpoint between the summer, not the summer, but the winter and the spring. So there's a stillness here, but there's also this method of uncovering some very predominant truths, uncovering goals, dreams, and aspirations, and there's a nurturing piece here as well. So I think you were right on the right track, focusing on all the right things. And in your past here, we have truth. Okay, so truth is your protection. So this is personal truth, your belief systems. What is the higher sources of your choosing? What is it that really rings true for you? And we'll come back around to that to elaborate further in a while. Then in your mindset here, we have the cradle board, which is an ability to respond. And I really like this concept of responding. This is about the universe giving you cues and manifesting for the sake of proving that manifestation is real. So this is about the universe giving you nudges and you seeing what that nudge is and then responding accurately in order to create the best outcome together, right? So this is co-creation. And the instance here of having the baby, it actually is a nod towards the next 7 generations, right? It's not so much focused on the infant, it's very more focused on the cradle board itself, that protection aspect. So some of you may be looking to manifest a child or looking to get pregnant. We'll go deeper into that, but typically that would be saved for a personal reading. On general readings, I don't really go into too much of love connection or things that are definitive like that. So if you are looking at that, go ahead and check the description box to see how you can get your own reading, and we'll dive into that. But your spirit message is going to be empowerment through earth connection. I really love this, especially here as well. In this time, we're really focusing on the burrowing animals, the skunks, the groundhogs, the squirrels, even the bears, that hibernation aspect. And both of these cards here are nodding to that as well. So if there's any way for you to connect to the earth at this time, to draw power from that, to keep yourself very aware of your surroundings as far as those earth connections. I'm feeling even like fairy circles, things like that that are appearing for you. And we see it here again. So the sacred space, this is about having a space that's all your own. So typically when you're listening to meditations or readings like this one, you'll find yourself a little space and just clear it out, right? As I burned this Palo Santo, I said, we're clearing the energy space. And now the universe is saying, for your forward action, this is a recommendation for you. Clear the space and create yourself this little circle here of protection or of just having your aura be completely yours. I'm feeling called to the new Netflix show that I'm watching. It's Fate, and it's after the Winx Club that was like a cartoon a long time ago. I didn't know this because it was before, or it was after my time. I was already a teenager at that point, but in any case, it's a school full of witches, fairies, warlocks, what have you, and there's one that's an empath. That is her superpowers to feel emotions. So she runs around with headphones on, and that is her way of disconnecting and stopping to absorb the other energies around. And I'm feeling that for you as well, Leo, that it's time to kind of hone in your own personal space and have a little aspect of privacy when it comes to finding that spiritual truth, deciding where it is your goals are, what it is you're focused on that's really much pertaining to the next 7 generations, and creating in terms of a new, brighter, more fulfilling future. So let's see what the Lenormand has to say. We have loyalty here in the reverse. A man, okay. Interesting. The home. Okay, so many of you are experiencing relationship stuff at home. And then we have the lilies in the reverse. Okay. And then the storks are in reverse as well. And then we have the lady. Okay, so man and woman show up at the same reading. Okay, and same with the home and loyalty. The storks are all about celebration and coming home. They are upside down, as is the lilies, which is a positive card as well, and loyalty is upside down also. So as I mentioned, I don't dive super deep into love connection readings for the sake of this being general, but many of you must be having the same or similar aspects of that relationship, which is that there's been a difficulty celebrating what you have at home. There could also be something along the lines of a loyalty flaw. But again, it's not something to be too alarmed about, because, well, let's just dive deeper. Let's dive deeper into what is ailing Leo, or what is ready to be released for my Leos. What are we releasing? Perfect acceptance. Okay, so it is what it is kind of what I'm hearing. Also, what I love about this card is that this woman here is just sort of falling into the rose bush and just letting it consume her. So there's this acceptance here of, you know, I'm feeling again, it is what it is. But then at the bottom, we have make your dreams real. So whatever is happening in your highest good. This is your path, even if it's very painful, because it does feel as though there's some releasing going on that doesn't so much feel good. But your goals are very much, we have some flyers here. An opportunity for change. Okay, so many of you are going to be perhaps leaving some sort of relationship, or there is a separation going on, or you are deciding to follow your dreams, whether your partner likes it or not. There could just be disagreements for some of you as well. Again, not definitive in a general reading. So you will know what this means for you, but the universe desperately wants you to be focusing on your higher opportunities. You know, when you create your sacred space and you empower yourself, what do you choose to do with your time when given that opportunity? So let's see just that. What is it that Leo needs to keep in mind as they venture into their hopes, their dreams, and new reality? Protecting your treasure. Okay, and the treasure is you, your thoughts, your opinions, your viewpoints. And we have this same sort of protection energy here as well. So you are a highly empathic person, and it does feel as though you are the only one feeling this situation. The other party, the other person is not participating in that, in which case it's like they are protected because they are refusing to feel it. Now it must go to you. So you can also refuse to feel it because it's up to you here to protect yourself from the rainfall. Okay, so protection coming through a lot, as is empowerment. But let's go into a little bit more here of what it is that you're going to be expressing. What is Leo to express right now? How should they be presenting themselves? Freedom. Okay, so you're being broken free. So that's the way the universe is looking at this. The bonds are broken. The glass ceiling is gone. There's no need to keep yourself still anymore. You're spreading your wings, and I really love this. It's a time of celebration, and many of you may be feeling that's quite the opposite of how I'm feeling, but it is. It's a time for you to be releasing what no longer serves you, to no longer stay stagnant, to refuse to take no for an answer, and to declare what it is you're going to do. So I'm going to turn this one upright because we've gone over it. Okay. At the bottom of the deck here, we have abundance. So lots in store for you, Leo. There's going to be some things that you go through. Let's see what's poking up here. Kindred spirits. Okay, so the tarot cards are, again, coming through to say, stay positive, think on the good things, be grateful, have gratitude, and all will be merry. Of course, I'm still curious. So then we have truth, a repeat message here. And what's funny is on the truth cards, they almost always have a weapon, which I think is a little odd. So we have these three here that are just kind of speaking to us, and I'll bring them in later in the reading. But for now, we'll focus on that freedom aspect, and we'll move forward here into the momentum. What is driving Leo at this time? What are they motivated by? What is the momentum for Leo? The seer. Okay. I'm hearing you're the teller of the story. This is your story to tell. This is a spin-off, I suppose you could say, of the Magician card. The Magician and the High Priestess kind of together here. So there's this aspect of spiritual knowing and intuition mixed with action, creativity, like literally having the ability to create, to manifest. And I feel that many of you have not yet focused on that or known what it's like to truly feel like, oh, that's a manifestation right there. I just did that. And the universe says the coast is clear. And I love this. It says clearance. So the weapons are put down. The fire just continues to burn. All of the bow staves, which are these here, are put to rest. They don't have the sinew on them anymore for the bowstring. So there's this relaxed period here. And it may have been a frustrating ride. I think that many of you have sort of been perhaps hanging on, for those of you leaving a love relationship. And I mean, it's very hard. It's very difficult to be in that situation. But let's see what aspects of self are coming through for you, Leo. Okay, I love this card because this smile just makes me laugh every time. But he's surrounded by dolphins, which is life mana. And he has his chakras glowing, including another chakra up above his head. So there's the enlightenment here. There's a higher knowing, and it comes here next to the seer card. So your higher knowing is really leading the show, and as it should be. Okay, what aspects of self are coming through for Leo? What are they expressing right now? Yes, so there's a burning choice. You can see one of these is hurting his hand, but he still can't choose one or the either. Also, his wrists are very much bound. So yes, the chakras are here, but the chakras are not in as many details as this one here. So you're kind of transforming from an indecisive angel to an all-knowing seer or priest or priestess who knows the way and has the power in the palms. You see, the palms have this like cycle happening, and these palms here are just holding on to that choice, to deciding, do I stay or do I go, or deciding, do I take this chance, do I take the leap of faith. So there's something very much weighing on you, Leo. So I think deep in your heart, you do know what it is that you are called to do. It's just been a difficult choice. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have destiny. This is your reason for getting up in the morning. This is what ignites your soul. This is your whole entire heart on a pedestal. I mean, really, there's a third eye view here with the eagle, who's all about clarity and illumination. So you are visiting sacred spaces, even if it's just in your mind, but it's present here from two different corners of the world. We have Native American here and Celtic here, but you're being drawn to go sort of outside the box in order to find out where you're going, where you're headed. So next we're going to go into, okay, we have a couple flyers for you. How you're going to connect to your spirit guide, the spirit realm. And we have healing. Bless all in need of healing, hope and love. Spirit grants us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. This has been coming up a lot. I think many of us are just going through a dark night, and it's present here in many forms. But the bottom of the deck here says cycles. So this is something that just occurs again and again. It's not anybody's fault. It just says we are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust in this powerful process. Yes. So many of you are needing to release something in order to move forward into your soul's purpose, because at the end of the day, that is what's most important. That's where you're being guided, and that's what you should do. Let's go through here now. I'm going to grab a couple of animal cards. What animals are here to assist Leo on this journey? The boar. I really love this. Okay, confrontation, aggression. You don't mess with wild boar. They might taste like bacon, but their bite is fatal. It can absolutely be fatal. So the boar are not, I mean, they're used to being preyed on, and so they're so eager to fight back. Like, come at me. And the universe wants you to be this now. And there's a positivity here, right? Because it sits right next to empowerment and healing and then protecting yourself. So there's an aspect here of, okay, well, we just got a whole bunch. Let's see here if they're all relevant. We have boundaries, you know, and you all tell me if it is resonating. Alligator. This is, again, a sharp bite, but also integration between two worlds. It's like living in the 3D and then living in the 5D and then coming back and then going across, because, you know, like it or not, we are still human beings, and we are paying bills, and we are keeping the lights on, and, you know, it's hard. It's hard to be here now. And many of us are just kind of going through, like I said, that dark night of the soul, which is present here as we have the transformation, which can be quite uncomfortable. But it's important for you to follow your intuition, even if it's to go upstream, which is here with the salmon, which also is in one of my other decks, the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Water. So yes, there's a healing going on here. There's very much a need for you to stand your ground, but the universe is telling you to celebrate this change because this change has been a long time coming. You've actually been praying for this. This is an ignition to get the car running, to move the tires forward, to get you out of your shell, out of your comfort zone, because discomfort creates change. So my one last step is to gather all the cards and tell a story from start to finish. I will go ahead and do that now, but as I'm getting these ready, go ahead and push that like and subscribe button. Okay, my dear Leo, it's been a while since you've kind of come out of the surface and focused on your goals. You've been nurturing something. You've been in the realm of nurturing, but the universe is asking if it's been you. Have you been nurturing you? Because they think that it's time for that. It's time to heal whatever happened in the past. It's time to heal for your empowerment, for bettering you. And to do that, you must have some boundaries here, which comes through very clearly several different times. And I really love how all of these here have the very similar imagery. We have a person here cloaked and surrounded by, mystical creatures. We have this sort of sitting still, hunched over. Same here, looking at the roots. Looking at the root cause of the pain, of the anguish, of the situation. And then saying, I deserve to feel protected in a way that, quite frankly, only the universal sources, only spirituality and, religion or ancient knowledge or whatever it is that you believe in, only that can do that for you. And when you do, you begin to see that you're taking flight in this whole new way. I mean, all of this stuff, this is only the first couple cards of the reading, right? This is the beginning of your story, not the ending. So you begin to realize what is really waiting for you, to feel the wind under your wings. I mean, what would that feel like to just be able to go, right? To go for that career, to go out of that relationship, to move into that dream hometown. But there's been a part of you that's just been like, I'm going to embrace acceptance. I don't need this change. I don't need this freedom. I don't know. I think I will just choose to not choose, because not choosing seems a little bit easier for me. So there's been a subdued acceptance. And the universe says, okay, but I will continue to torture you with this need, this want, this pull, this grasp on your heart, constantly pulling and tugging, saying, your intuition knows what is right for you. Your intuition understands deeper than your mind ever will. So we cover up that mind with the intuition. And you begin to reflect. You're reflecting on what you truly believe to be true. And not to say that all of you are female or feminine, but the feminine nature is this queen energy here, this intuitive energy here. And it says, what do I actually believe to be true? Not what's solid fact with, black lettering on white paper. No. What is it that I believe to be true about myself, about my universal sources, about what I can create? And the universe is saying, do that and do it big. Make waves. Leo, you are a very strong sign, a strong-minded sign. There's a need now for some boundaries coming forward, because at the bottom of the deck here, we also have nurturing. It's very much time for you to put some boundaries up and to dive into this more feminine, more soft, more understanding, more intuitive way of being. Because at the bottom of the deck here, we also have healing, indicated many, many times. Just to accept yourself as you are. I mean, you can look into the eyes of this person and the owl too, and be like, wow, they've seen some stuff. It's snowing where they are, and there's no gloves on. You know, she has powerful symbols written on her. She carries a staff, and she's earned the trust of this owl who sees 360 degrees, sees right through any deceptions that anybody else could have. So she trusts herself, and she trusts her intuition. So you put the boundaries up so that you can have this cocoon phase. Because this year, this month, this in bulk time frame, February 1st, pretty sure the moon is even full. I mean, there's so much going on, but you're evolving and you are nurturing yourself to integrate into a whole new world, which feels scary, it feels unnerving, and some of you may just be, you know, breaking that glass ceiling, moving into manifesting abundance, manifesting a business, manifesting something. And some of you may have something very specific going on. Either way, it's time for you to break free. To begin to say, the opportunities are pretty endless out there. Out there in the world, there's a lot of things calling my name. And you can really go all in without fear of the future. Because we have here, we are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. Changing can be rather uncomfortable. It can. It feels uncomfortable to move mountains. But your reward is complete and total enlightenment. We have more water creatures here. So we have the dolphins, and then we also had the salmon over here. So there's this aspect here of emotional wellness, emotional mastery. I love how everything turns purple. I think that's so great. And in doing so, there is this blissful promise of fruitful living, okay? Sitting pretty and having your needs met. It's time for you to really dive deep, Leo, and find that fiery center that lives within you, that is creative, that is innovative, that's an architect for this new world, that is available and here for the transition team, that feels the call. Because the universe says, we're on your side. We know it's really hard. We know that breaking free is uncomfortable. It's like the chick hatching out of the egg, but your whole spirit team is on the other side of that. You know, it kind of reminds me of breaking through the barrier of meditation and being able to truly see your spirit guides, which is something that I do in the Akashic Records. If you're looking for something like that, I just had that come to my mind as soon as I said the egg breaking free, because it really is like a butterfly sort of going through the cocoon as well. And you're able to see farther with more clarity than you ever thought possible. So let me know if that's something that calls to you, because many of you may be called to that here. It's very much time for you to celebrate your life, okay? Celebrate this clearance here that's happening I'm really feeling like that glass ceiling, okay? And it comes because you have a great and awe-inspiring mission to protect the next 7 generations, to protect your children and your children's children. So you remain committed to your universal sources, to your, I'm hearing commitments. You know, loyalty is something that wavers. It is, because people have boundaries, and you should have boundaries, Leo. Stop questioning yourself or feeling in the wrong, because I don't feel as though you're in the wrong. Okay, so there's loyalty, and the 2 cards that are left are at home and the man. So again, this is for some of you. Some of you, I would love to leave at this. The universe gives you a reason to celebrate, a clearance that all is well. Go follow your dreams. But I feel that there's one of you that, or a couple of you, who are going through some sort of loyalty issue at home, perhaps. Because right at the bottom of the deck here, right in front of me, is this commitment card. So some of you may be in a marriage, or experiencing a proposal soon, or going through a breakup of a marriage with all this breaking free energy. So I will leave this here because it's almost a little bit separate. It's like meant for one person. So if you're that one person or handful, let me know in the comments if this is you. If you'd like to do a personal reading to dive into any more of these concepts, also check the description box. I'll put all of the details there. I also mentioned the Akashic Records course. That's a 6-week course that I teach. It has been wonderful being here with you all. Please like, share, subscribe, all the things. Get in contact with me if you feel called. I will see you all next month. Have a great Imbolc. Bye.